I've always been fascinated by the paranormal. The idea that there might be something beyond our world, something unseen, has always intrigued me. So, when my friend suggested we try to contact the dead with a Ouija board, I was all in. We gathered in my friend's attic, a dark, dusty place with only a single flickering candle to light the room. We sat around the board, fingers resting on the planchette, and began to ask questions. At first, nothing happened. We asked if anyone was there, but the planchette didn't move. We tried again, asking if there were any spirits present, and still there was no response. But then, something changed. Planchette began to move on its own, slowly at first, but then with increasing speed. We asked the spirit to identify itself, and it spelled out the name, Zozo. I had heard of Zozo before. It was said to be a malevolent entity, a demon that could possess those foolish enough to try to contact it, but I didn't believe in that kind of thing. I thought it was all just superstition. We continued to ask Zozo questions, and it seemed to be answering them accurately. It knew things about us that we hadn't told anyone. It knew our secrets, our fears, our weaknesses, and then things started to get really strange. The planchette began to move faster and faster until it was flying across the board. The candle flickered wildly, casting weird shadows on the walls. I could feel a cold breeze blowing through the room, even though the windows were shut. Suddenly, I felt a presence in the room with us. It was like something was watching us, waiting for us to make a mistake. I could feel its cold breath on the back of my neck. And then, the planchette spelled out a message that chilled me to the bone. I am not Zozo. I am something much older, much darker. You have awakened me, and now I will never leave you. I tried to move my fingers off the planchette, but they wouldn't budge. It was like something was holding them in place. I looked around the room, but I couldn't see anything. It was like the darkness had become solid. And then I heard a voice. It was whispering in my ear, a low, guttural sound that made my blood run cold. It spoke a language I didn't understand, but the meaning was clear. I was in grave danger. I don't remember how we managed to break the connection with the Ouija board, but suddenly we were all standing, the board and planchette scattered across the floor. We looked at each other, wide-eyed with terror, and then we heard it, a deep, malevolent laughter, coming from nowhere and everywhere at once. It filled the room, echoing off the walls, and I knew then that we had made a terrible mistake. We had opened a door that should never have been opened, and something evil had answered.